Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Since taking over WWE's creative regime, Triple H has made several significant moves. The game has rehired some exceptional talents who were released from the company during the old regime. Another big move seems to be on the horizon, as rumors have been swirling that the Stamford-based promotion may have set its sights on a former A-star. Triple H could bring back Malachi Black to WWE after 4 years and pair him with the final testament on Monday Night Raw. Recent reports suggest that Black is free from his contract and is now a free agent. The 39-year-old is rumored to be heading towards WWE. He was released from WWE on June 2, 2021. However, he could make a shocking return after 1,370 days on Raw after Elimination Chamber, joining forces with Karrion Kross and Scarlett. The Final Testament recently suffered a huge blow when WWE released the authors of Pain and Paul Ellering. With the faction losing its core members, there is a high possibility that Malachi Black could return as a new member of the heel stable. Such a move could not only position the former A-star in a compelling story but would also revive the Final Testament. Moreover, both Malachi Black and Karrion Kross have a menacing gimmick, making them distinct from others. Known for his destructive in-ring style, Black could ally with the Doomwalker to rule the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. Not only will this be an intriguing sight for the fans, but it will also give rise to some compelling storylines on the roster. Triple H to book Malachi Black in a blockbuster match at WrestleMania? Malachi Black is one of the most explosive superstars in pro wrestling, having a dedicated fan base. Considering the hype around his return to WWE, fans have been eagerly awaiting to see it happen. Should a return be on the horizon, the company could put him in a high-profile match at WrestleMania 41. Black was one of Triple H's favorite superstars during his days in NXT. Back in the day, the 39-year-old was pushed as the next big thing in the company. As a result, fans expect him to receive the same treatment on the main roster now that the game is in charge of a WWE creative. If Malachi Black joins sides with Karrion Kross, the duo could go after the World Tag Team Championship. With WrestleMania 41 on the horizon, Triple H could book this high-stakes match for the mega event. However, this is nothing but speculation at this point. It will be interesting to see what the future holds for Malachi Black now that he is a free agent. It was a typical Monday night in the world of WWE, but something felt different. The crowd in the arena was buzzing with anticipation, knowing that a special announcement was coming. Rumors had been circulating for weeks, whispers of a major surprise that would shake the very foundations of WWE Raw. Fans had heard the subtle hints on social media, seen the cryptic tweets, and felt the energy in the air. But no one could have predicted what was about to unfold. In the dimly lit backstage area, Triple H stood in front of a large television screen, glancing over the details for the night's show. His mind was sharp, and his focus was unwavering. He knew that tonight was a turning point for WWE. He had made a decision, a bold one, and the world was about to find out. After months of planning and negotiating, Triple H had orchestrated one of the most shocking returns in WWE history. A former A-star, whose name had been absent from WWE for nearly 4 years, was about to step back into the fold, and not just as a former superstar, but as the centerpiece of a major team on Raw. A new era for WWE Raw. It had been 1,370 days since this former A-star had last appeared in a WWE ring. His time in it had left an indelible mark on the wrestling world, and his departure from WWE had raised more than a few eyebrows. But Triple H had always admired the talent this individual brought to the table. He knew that with the right push, with the right alignment, this star could become one of the cornerstones of the brand. And now, with WWE at a crossroads, Triple H saw an opportunity to make a seismic shift in the WWE universe. The show began with the usual fanfare, pyro lighting up the arena as Michael Cole and Corey Graves set the stage for the evening's matches. But the energy in the air was palpable. Fans chanted the usual WWE names, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Rhea Ripley, but they all had a feeling that something was different tonight. It wasn't until the middle of the show that the first real hint of the surprise came. The cryptic promo. As Raw continued, a segment aired on the Titantron. It was a black and white promo, showing a close-up of a pair of boots walking through an empty hallway. The sound of each step echoed through the arena, and the camera zoomed in on the laces of the boots, which were tied tightly, ready for battle. A voiceover began, "In this business, you either rise to the occasion or you're left behind." It's time to show the world what happens when you rise from the ashes. The camera then pulled back, revealing a silhouette of a figure standing at the end of the hallway. It was a shape fans recognized, broad shoulders, a tall frame, but the face was hidden in the shadows. The voiceover continued, "This is just the beginning. Are you ready for what's next?" The promo ended with a flash of the former A-Star's signature logo, a symbol synonymous with his time in the company before his departure from WWE. The crowd erupted in confusion and excitement. Who was this mystery person? Was it a new superstar coming to shake things up on Raw? Or was it someone more familiar? Triple H makes the call. Backstage, Triple H sat watching the promo unfold on a monitor. He had made it clear to his team that the reveal would be a game-changer. He'd known this moment was coming for weeks, and now it was time to execute. The former A-Star was back, and he was coming to Raw as part of a team that would redefine the roster. The idea had taken shape when Triple H, ever the strategist, realized that WWE needed a fresh infusion of energy. With Roman Reigns' dominance still unchallenged on SmackDown, and with rising stars like Rhea Ripley leading the charge on Raw, the time was right to bring in a proven performer who could inject new life into the Monday Night Show. This wasn't just about one wrestler, it was about creating a faction, a team that could rival the likes of the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. Triple H had carefully handpicked the other members of this new group, knowing that the chemistry between them would make them a formidable force. The former A-Star would be the leader, but he wouldn't be alone. Alongside him would be a mix of WWE's finest, both established names and fresh faces who were ready to make their mark. Together, they would form a team that would dominate Raw, sending shockwaves through the entire WWE universe. The reveal. It wasn't until the main event segment that the mystery would be solved. As Seth Rollins was celebrating his victory in the ring, the lights suddenly went out. The crowd fell silent, unsure of what to expect. When the lights flickered back on, the figure from the promo was standing at the top of the ramp. His presence sent a wave of disbelief and excitement through the arena. He stepped forward, his signature look unmistakable, dark hair, intense eyes, and a confident smirk that had fans on the edge of their seats. The crowd erupted in cheers and boos, but one thing was clear, this was the former A-Star, and he was back in WWE. Triple H appeared on the Titantron, his voice filled with authority as he announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new era of Raw. Please welcome the man who will lead this revolution, the one, the only, Kenny Omega." The crowd went wild. Kenny Omega, one of the most popular and polarizing figures in the wrestling world, was back in WWE. His return after 1,370 days was nothing short of historic, and the energy in the arena was unlike anything anyone had experienced in years. Omega stood at the top of the ramp, soaking in the reaction from the fans. He had a smile on his face, but there was a fire in his eyes. This was his moment, his time to prove that he was not just a former A-Star, but a force to be reckoned with in WWE. The team comes together. As Omega made his way down the ramp and into the ring, the lights suddenly went out again. When they returned, 3 more figures were standing beside him, all wearing the same dark attire and a look of intense focus on their faces. They were his new team, handpicked by Omega himself, and they were here to take over WWE Raw. First, there was Adam Cole, a former rival and ally of Omega Ino, who had made his mark as a top star in NXT. The two had an undeniable chemistry, both inside and outside the ring. Together, they would bring a level of intensity and innovation that would change the game. Next to Cole stood MJF, the brash, outspoken, and unpredictable star who had captured the imagination of fans everywhere. MJF's sharp wit and undeniable talent made him the perfect wildcard in this new faction. His self-confidence and disregard for authority would clash perfectly with Omega's leadership. Finally, there was Ruby Soho, the tough-as-nails women's wrestler who had been making waves in for years. Soho's aggressive style and unyielding attitude made her the perfect complement to Omega's group. With her on their side, the faction would have the added edge of a dominant female presence, something that had been missing from Raw for too long. Together, they made up the revolution. Omega, Cole, MJF, and Soho were united under one banner, and they were ready to shake things up on Raw. Their mission was clear, to prove that they were the future of WWE, and they would stop at nothing to ensure that their vision became reality. The fallout. The next few weeks were nothing short of chaotic. The Revolution immediately set their sights on the most established stars in WWE. They targeted Seth Rollins, claiming that his reign as the top star of Raw was nothing more than a fluke. They also went after Roman Reigns, teasing the idea of a showdown between Omega and Reigns that would have fans salivating at the prospect of the two megastars colliding. But it wasn't just about the big names, they also made a statement by taking out some of WWE's rising stars, showing that no one was safe from the Revolution's wrath. The group quickly grew in power, gaining followers among WWE's talent, and soon, Triple H's vision for the team became a reality. The WWE Universe had never seen anything like it. Omega and his team dominated Raw, creating rivalries and alliances that would define the brand for years to come. The fans were invested, and the ratings soared as the Revolution proved time and again that they were here to stay. A new chapter. Triple H's bold move to bring back Kenny Omega and form the Revolution was one of the most significant moments in WWE history. It was a gamble, but it paid off in ways that no one could have predicted. As the weeks went on, it became clear that WWE Raw had entered a new era, one that was defined by the talent, charisma, and intensity of Omega and his team. This was just the beginning, and the world of WWE would never be the same again.